Thanks for checking me out. So now we have it, our sweet, sweet release of a happy ending. No, our sweet season finale from the series Raised by Wolves on HBO Max. That's a Ridley Scott series in case you want to give it a try. So let's just jump right into this. So we start off episode 10 where episode 9 left off. We have Marcus, the former Mithric leader. He's laid out. Remember, his crew had forced him to eat those, what do you call those, necromancer eyeballs? So he's laid out going through his changes, but it's not like it was going to kill him because remember, the necromancer was made from Mithric scripture sort of technology. So it's just some dark photon energy, maybe some ingredients that we don't even have no idea, went into making those eyeballs. But whatever it was, it changed him and made him look even more crazier than what he used to. He got veins bulging all out of his, head. He's seeing visions and seeing, I don't want you to call mirages of people. I mean, he's just going insane. And while he's going through this, he sees the lander that was carrying Mother and Father and Sue and that little crew. It was carrying them, and he happened to look up and see that. And he's taking it as a sign from Saul, so he's going to follow that. Now, while he's doing that, we get to our crew with Mother and Father on the lander ship, and they have all the kids with them, and they're looking for a spot where they can land and have this baby. A spot that Mother saw in her mind when she was having that dream, the flashback here. When they land, we get some cool character development. I would say that you start to see some changes in Paul. He's starting to stand out a lot. Ever since episode 9, he's starting to hear voices. He's acting way differently than what he used to. He even takes a walk in his cave, and as he's hearing voices and seeing things, he sees these, I guess what you want to call them, hieroglyphics on the wall, which basically told you the ending of what was going to happen in the episode. It's a ship right here with Mother and Father in it, and it's a giant snake or serpent creature. So that's basically the ending of the episode, but Paul was shown that he thinks it's a sign from Saul. And then we get the Mother and Father. Their relationship is tattered. It's pretty much shit right now. I'm thinking we're going to have a flashback to the Marcus and Sue scene where we have a little bit of android domestic violence, but we don't have that here. They just argue a little bit, and I've never seen a man's heart ripped out through his asshole like I've seen in this scene right here, where Mother basically talks about the intimate coupling or mating session that she thought she had with her creator, Campion. And Father, he has to hear this, and he has to hear how the baby that she's carrying is the mission. Campion and all the rest of those dead kids, they're nothing. Those little bastards, they don't mean anything. This baby, what I'm carrying in my stomach right now, this is the mission, or so she thought. And now this is where we get a little bit of character reversal, because we have Sue, the, I guess, fake atheist, Mithric Sue. She's trying to convince her religious son, Paul, that Saul's not real. Don't believe the voices in your head. Your father went crazy because he was doing stuff like this. And she's just really going over the top, trying to convince them that the God Saul is all fake and not to believe the voices that Paul is hearing in his head. And on the reversal of that, you have the android, the atheist android, Mother. She's at the edge of this cliff, of one of those holes. They have these big ass holes on the planet. So she's standing on the edge of one of those, praying to her creator, Campion, trying to beg him about guidance and, for what to do with the baby. And, he's done the improbable and just give her some guidance on, what she's supposed to do next and all this stuff. So you have a complete character reversal where the religious people are trying to be atheists, and now the atheist android is trying to be religious. The alien Easter egg that I was talking about is this guy right here. When Mother is standing right there on the edge of that cliff, and this creature sneaks up behind her, she gives it a 2-piece combination and kills it. And Father runs up, and they basically examine it. And what they realize is that this humanoid looking creature is some sort of Neanderthal cousin or uncle or something like that. It's related to humans in a way. It has human DNA. And those creatures that they've been killing and eating is this same thing. So I guess these humanoid creatures are devolving, but to me, it looks like an engineer. You remember in Prometheus, they had that scene where the engineer was on Earth and it took the black goo drink and fell into the water. Well, doesn't this creature look like a devolved engineer that's been on this planet, that's this radioactive planet with no food, no substance, and they're just devolving into those creatures? But anyway, we get back to our little crew there at camp, and they're trying to figure out when Mother's going to have her baby. But then we have a little breakthrough. Our little newfound religious leader, Paul, I guess you can call him, because he hears voices that tells him that Sue isn't his mother, that she actually killed, her and Marcus killed his real parents, that her name is Mary. And then little Paul busts a cap in her ass, and puts her down with a bullet to the gut. And then he runs off and we don't see him again for the rest of the episode. So who knows what's going on with him? Maybe he's going to meet up with those other Mithric crew, the crew that had whooped on Marcus and left him laying. Maybe he'll meet up with them and become their new leader, because he's the one that's hearing Saul's voice now. And now we get to the part we all been waiting for. Mother goes into this cave and she finds this helmet, the helmet from her vision. She actually finds it now and she opens it up and it's a human head inside. I thought it would have been an engineer's head or something like that, but it wasn't. But as she doing this, I guess it triggered her birth or something. She started having visions and her birth is triggered. And instead of birthing it out through her ass or through her vag or something like that, she actually just vomits out this super big serpent creature looking thing. And it's not like the creatures from Prometheus, like something like that snake that got in the guy's helmet, but it kind of looked like that, but only this thing can fly and it has a weird ass mouth that opens up, and I don't know, it's just insane, but it looks great. I mean, it's sci-fi as hell. I can't really tell if it's mechanical, is it bionic, or is it a carbon-based life form? Is it half and half? I don't know, but I like to hear a little bit more about it. Mother, she realized what the hell she just did, that she'd been tricked. It wasn't a baby inside of her. I guess the Mithric, when they created her with this creature inside of her that would come out and that would destroy the human race, not save it, but destroy it. So from there, Mother, she meets up with Father and they come up with a plan that they have to kill or destroy this big ass serpent thing because it's growing really fast. And she feels like once it get done, sucking on her milk or whatever, it's gonna want blood because look at its teeth, obviously. I don't know, I think that's kind of racist, but who knows? But anyway, they come up with the plan that they're going to get into the lander, and while the thing is suckling on her, that she's going to basically dive the lander all the way down into the middle of this cave where all the fire is. And as they're going down there, they say their goodbyes, and the lander is crashing and it's going deeper and deeper into the planet's core. And as it finally hits the fire, one problem: the planet is pretty much hollow. The fire is like, it's the outer, it's nothing in the fire. It's not like lava. It's hard really to describe, but they go right through it. And of course the landing has armor on it, so the fire doesn't really affect it. And all they do is go in through one hole and out the other. So all these holes that we thought led to something, well, yeah, they do. They lead to the other side of the planet. So when they came out the other side, Mother and Father basically jumped out the lander, and now we're left with this big ass, super huge, overgrown serpent creature flying around the planet. So now as we're rounding out the episode, we come to Marcus. He is basically roaming through the forest looking for that lander and, basically everybody else because he's left by himself. And he finds these new crew of people called the Tarantulas. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but I don't know if they're religious. They have crosses on their ship, but he basically kills like 3 of them. And the last one he leaves alive, and he tells them, hey, come sit here and pray with me. But he can see that the guy has an earpiece in, meaning that he is communicating with somebody. So Marcus put the earpiece in and he tells the people up there in the ship, you're impure. You're not welcome here on this planet. Get the hell out of here. And the guy on the ship responds to him, hey, we know your ark is, your ship. We know your ship crashed. You don't have shit. You're in no position to threaten us. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And it looked like their ship was about to land. Questions I have for season 2. What the hell is that big ass serpent thing? Who made it? Did it come from the Mithrak, or is it just something that was downloaded into Mother's programming like she thought? I don't think it's that. I think it was a trap set up by somebody else. Maybe the Mithrak. Who the hell is the Tarantulas? Did they come from Earth or humans on other planets? So after Earth was destroyed, other humans knew about it. Maybe they heard it through the grapevine or whatever. So who the hell they are? And then I want to know what all these alien Easter eggs or references is about. Is Kepler 22b in the same solar system as LV426 and LV423 and any other Prometheus and Alien Covenant planets that I don't remember right now? But, is all these planets in the same solar system? Is there any alien or engineer Easter eggs that you have seen in here that I don't see? Maybe you could point them out in the comment section below. We can get a debate going. Overall, I think this was a good first season. I think ending it with a big ass serpent thing, it wasn't over the top for me. I mean, I think at the end they could have left it a little bit smaller to give you some imagination about what it's going to grow into. And the acting, I always talk about the acting on this show. The whole season, the acting was great. It makes me look forward to new characters they're gonna add in season 2 because the way this crew meshed together, it's perfect. I know it's a diverse cast and a lot of people go against SJW bullshit, and I do on this channel, but I don't feel like the diversity in this cast stands out because I feel like it's realistic that when you have an end of the world scenario that it would be, you know, every race of people who are on whichever arc that you're on. It doesn't even seem like something that you see. It just seems like the cast. All in all, season 1 was great. I give it a 9 out of 10. I don't really have any problems with the storyline. I feel like people nitpick, you know, timeline this, timeline that. I don't see any issues like that with this show. I think this show is rewarding, and it damn sure makes me look forward to what they got coming in season 2. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Did you enjoy this season? What you think about season 2? What's gonna happen? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's get a good debate going. And if you wanna like, subscribe to the channel, I appreciate that a lot, y'all. And I'll catch your ass out there in this universe. Peace.